Today we're talking code switching, being denied communion, and Mr. Todd Chrisley. If these are things you like to hear, stay tuned. Welcome back, YouTube family. My name is Monica, and I am your hostess for We the People TV 2022. If you are new, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you for your support. Well, you know what time it is. It's time to... Okay, so I was fortunate to come across this video recently where Tabitha Brown, Mary J. Blige, Lonnie Love, and several other women who I really don't know their names. But if you're ever surfing YouTube, look it up. I don't have the title, but if I come across it, I will put it up on the screen. But they were having a discussion about several things, but one of them was code switching. So I posed the question to the jury. Anyone familiar with code switching? And if so, are you still practicing it? Here's what they had to say. You comment below. So someone might be asking the question, what is code switching? Well, code switching is when a Black woman has to disguise something about herself or change something about herself to fit in the white world. For example, do you remember when, way before caller ID, someone would call your home and your mom might have answered the phone? She might have sounded differently than she did, like just being around the house. That's code switching. So, yeah, let's get some comments from our jurors. So, Alexis commented, it's a way of life for me. On my job, the public gets Alexis, close friends and family get Dee Dee. I responded to Alexis, not only for you is it a way of life, but for many Black women, we have to be away in order to be successful on a job. Look the part, speak the part, and still not enough sometimes. I'm currently experiencing not being enough on my job, but it's not my problem and their loss. Alexis commented back to me saying, you just said a word. It's definitely a survival skill for us in corporate America, but I'm sick of it, to be honest. I know that's right, Alexis. I'm sick of it too. That's why I don't practice it no. There is a Catholic Archbishop from San Francisco who recently came out and said that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will no longer be able to receive communion because of her stance on abortion. I posed this question to the jury and they was hush on it. And I think it's because of, people not really wanting people to know how their political views are. I mean, some of their political views on certain things. And I understand that. So I'm going to tell y'all what I think about it. But before I do that, Auntie Nancy responded back to the Archbishop and said that the Catholic Church don't have no problem with the lawmakers in their stance on the death penalty. And she right, they don't. And also, Catholic Church, y'all don't say that about y'all priests touching them little boys. Y'all don't say nothing about that. Y'all don't be against that. So y'all against abortion, and you say you're pro-life, but when these ladies had the babies and bring them to your church, you're churching them. You're churching them. So instead of her making a decision not to bring a child into the world, maybe because she can't afford to, maybe because she was raped, maybe because she just tired and don't want no more kids, whatever it is, it's her business, it's her body, and it's her decision. And it's between her and her God, because you ain't the God. But instead of letting her do that, you rather her bring the baby into the world and bring on up in the Catholic Church so you can do what you want to do to the children. Oh, okay. Glad I ain't Catholic. So the next story happened early 2020. It's when Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union allowed their daughter to choose her gender at the age of 3. So I posed a question to the jury. Do you think 3 years old is old enough to decide what gender you should be? Here's what they had to say. You comment below. The majority said no. And here's my take on it. 3 years old is really, really young for a girl, boy, whomever to decide what gender they should be. At 3 years old, some are still in pull-ups. They can't even go to the potty. They can't cook for themselves. They barely can feed themselves. They can probably hardly talk. They're not fully talking at 3, I don't think. Yeah, so I don't think 3 years old is an age for any child to determine if they should be a different sex than what they are genetically. Also, I think as a society, we are getting away from principles. Principles that still ring true. They don't change because, first of all, they can't change. And I'm going to give you a good example. And it coincides with this particular story. So there is a principle in life, in nature, in life, and it's the sex principle. So in order to make an offspring, you have to have a man and a woman to bring forth an offspring. That's a principle. That principle cannot be broken. I don't care how many women get with women. I don't care how many men get with men. They cannot bring forth an offspring. That is a principle. Yes, you can adopt. Yes, you can raise a child from however you get the child, but you cannot bring forth an offspring. That's a principle. That's a law. It was designed not to be broken. It cannot be broken. And I think as a society, we are getting away from that. We are getting away from it. And that's why things are in chaos. It's like stuff is happening all the time. Nobody wants to hear truth. Nobody wants to be told anything. So yes, I think we're getting away from principles. I had to cut that short because it was Ned and him bothering me. And one of us was finna have to go, so I had to kill it. But yes, I think we're getting away from that as a society. Comment below. Tell me what you think. So the next story is about our unfortunate shootings here lately. First of all, I would like to give my condolences to the families in New York. We can't get over that, and here we are now in the place in Texas where the child or guy or whoever, kill these kids. My condolences to the families in Texas. Again, we're getting away from principles. It's so chaotic. Um, but I posed the question to the jury. There have been several mass shootings in the U.S. compared to other places like Europe and Canada, who have only had a shooting once and they were done. I posed the question, why is it hard to pass gun reform here in the U.S.? Here's what they had to say. You comment below. The majority say it's the Republicans don't want to pass it because they don't care who dies. It doesn't matter who dies to them. And that might be so, but my stance is all of the above. It's the Republicans, it's the politicians with power. They being controlled by those big companies like the NRA, they fat in them pockets, and they can't turn the money away. And I kind of feel like if they do pass this some kind of way, it won't matter no way because they'll find a way around it. They always do. They come up with a loophole to try to figure out a way to do what they want to do. So, yeah, that's what I think. What do you think? Have you ever watched the show Chrisley Knows Best? You have? Okay, I've kind of seen it a couple of times too. But I had a question about the husband. So here's what I posed to the jury. Did y'all think the husband was gay? Here's what they had to say. You comment below. So here's some comments from the jurors. Jessica commented, I've seen it and thoroughly enjoyed the show. I didn't have to think it though, laugh out loud. He spoke about it years ago stating he was gay, but that he really wanted a family, wife and kids, and made the choice to no longer live a homosexual lifestyle. I replied to Jessica, well, he lied. He has had a lover from the early 2000s till 2012 when he decided to be friends. Child, a lover has been turned on him. Whew. Jessica replied to me, that ain't surprising, laugh out loud. Okay, y'all. So I heard this story this morning. And I remember briefly seeing that show for maybe once or twice. And I wondered to myself, I was like, is he gay? Because of his demeanor, the way he talked, the way he carried himself. I just kind of came off to me. So I was talking to a friend of mine who watches the show. I think she likes it too. And she was saying that it wasn't. And I was like, he's not. And I was like, no, he sure give off gay dog. So, come to find out, y'all, the man gay. Been gay. Not been gay like the stuff you put on for your arthritis. Not been. B-E-E, and he been gay. So, yes. So apparently the Chrisleys have been in some financial trouble here lately, and they are in court. So Todd Chrisley's former employee, Mark Braddock, testified in court on Tuesday claiming he created fake documents and impersonated Todd. This is according to the dailymail.com. Said Todd Chrisley had a gay affair with his business partner who helped him commit fraud before tipping off cops after the romance went sour, a court has heard. The reality TV star 53 shacked up with Mark Braddock in the early 2000s before breaking it off a judge in Atlanta was told. Burdock testified that after the affair ended, the pair stayed friends and formed a brotherhood. But it blew up in 2012 when Chrisley threw him out of his office and threatened to call the police on him, Insider reported. The TV star has been married for 26 years to Judy, with whom he shares 5 children: Lindsay, 32, Kyle, 30, Chase, 25, Savannah, 24, and Grayson, 16. But it went on to say that the blackmailer was married as well, and his wife didn't even know he was gay. So he had to tell the lady because he was about to testify, being this man's lover. Y'all, you just don't never know, do you? This man been married. I wonder, did this lady know? You think this Julie lady knew he was gay and she was just going along with the program? I don't know, y'all. But this got me. Comment below. What y'all think about this situation? And my hair looking a fool. Why y'all ain't tell me? Y'all got me out here looking like I'm looking. I've been twisting this part, y'all. I don't know. I just like to pull on it sometimes. Y'all got your girl out here looking like she looking. Some kind of friends y'all are. But y'all comment below. What y'all think?
Have you subscribed? Give us a big thumbs up.